Hi everyone, my name is Judy and today we are going to look at how we're going to build a dashboard on Kibana using our X in a Box kit. So let's have a look at this Internet of Things graphic over here on the right hand side. Our kit that we have put together using our modular electronics, what it does is that we've connected it using the Wi-Fi, we've connected it to the internet. So the data from those sensors, our inputs, has now been connected to the internet, and it's been posted to our data center that we actually host globally. This is called an MQTT server. When we build our dashboard, what we're doing, in fact, is we are pulling that data from that MQTT server that is being hosted internationally, and then it's going via the Wi-Fi and via internet again, once again, and it's displaying on our screen. So if we now go to the right-hand side of the page, the website we're going to be going to, the address is data.xinabox.cc, and this is a generic sandbox of a Kibana setup. So we all use one username and we all use exactly the same password. And so that generic username is data and the password is X in a box. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to go and access that website. I'm going to add the username as data and the password as X in a box. So let us now see what that is looking like. It defaults to the weather station index. So we can see over here that we've landed on Discover, and it defaults to the weather station index, which most of the kits around the world, that is how it's set up. If you have a kit that perhaps is running on another index, you could actually change the index just by opening up the drop down and you can go to another one, but we're going to stay on weather station for now. So what this is just simply posting all the data across the world. And this, you can see here, this is a count. So this is the number of data packets that have been sent to the MQTT server from everybody's kit around the world. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for mine in particular, and I have got a kit that I've called Cayenne, as in cayenne pepper. So let me just search for that. And what we can see is, yes, there it is. It's identified it. And when I open up this arrow, this drop down, what it's showing me here is which sensors I have in this kit. So I have an SL06 light sensor, which is giving me lux. I have the SW01 weather sensor, which is giving me air temperature, air humidity and atmospheric pressure. And then I have the SW07 soil moisture sensor. It's very important that you remember these so that when you build your dashboard, what you're doing is you're pulling the correct data. So what I want to do now is that I want to build a dashboard that I'm going to use to conduct the following experiments. What I want to do is I want to determine if the fridge light goes off when I close the fridge door. So in order to be able to determine that, I need two data sets. The first is light intensity, because I want to see if the light goes off. So therefore, the light intensity should drop from a number to almost zero, if not absolute zero. What I also want to do is that I want to measure the temperature, because theoretically, when I close that fridge door, the temperature should start to drop because the fridge should be working and it should be cooling the air inside the fridge. So those are the two data sets I want. So I'm getting my light intensity or lux from my SL06, and I'm going to be getting my air temperature from my SW01. So now we can go towards building the dashboard. So if I go on the left-hand side here to the dashboard tab, I'm going to build a new one. So I'm going to click add over here. And it says this dashboard is empty. Let's fill it up. So we want to add visualizations. So we can go to the add button. What I've done for you is that I have built generic visualizations. So what we're going to do is first thing we wanted to look at was the light, and I had the SL06 light sensor. So there we go, light intensity. So we add that. And then I also had the SW01 and I want air temperature from that. So there we go, we add the air temperature. And now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to close that tab. So I just click on add again and it will close that tab. What I have here is my unit name I need to put in, because this is simply an average of all of the light intensities from all of the SL06s around the world. So that's not going to help. I wanted to actually look for my particular kit. So then we go there. Let me see what that looks like over the last hour. That's perfect. Okay. Now, this is actually very accurate because I can see here that it didn't post any temperatures on 2 occasions. And that was because what happened was that I actually did disconnect it from the power. I was doing some other tests, and that was around about that same time. So that's perfect. So it is picking up my particular kit. So now I'm going to save this dashboard. I'm going to save it as Judy Fridge Light Experiments. There we go. And I don't need to store the time with the dashboard. That's absolutely fine. So there we go. We go save. And now I have my dashboard. So what I wanted to do is that I also wanted not only to track the data for the last hour so that I've got an hour to conduct my experiment in, but what I wanted to do as well is I wanted to auto refresh. So if you go here, top right-hand side, if I just open up this gray bar over here, you can see now it gives me an option for auto refresh. So I click on auto refresh and it says, how often do you want to refresh? And I'm going to say, every 5 seconds, I want you to auto refresh. So that is great. Now I need to remember to save that again. And I'm going to save it as the same dashboard. If you wanted to, what you could do is you could save it as a new dashboard. But I'm actually just going to save over that. I want to save it as the same dashboard. So now I have my dashboard and I'm ready to run my experiment. So let me take my kit and put it in the fridge and let's see what happens.